The views or opinions expressed in this presentation are those of the participants and do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Westman Communications Group or its employees.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the KC Chronicles.
Are
I
we
nearly laughed.
the KC Chronicles? I don't know anymore.
I don't think we are. I think we actually we've rebranded. We're now the CK Chronicles.
Oh yeah, just because you're mad that my letter comes first.
Yeah, I've been ever eternally spiteful because of it.
Of course you have.
Welcome everybody. We've had a short little break. We've been two very busy people, but we are here and we are back and we're ready for some more KC Chronicles, and summer is right around the corner. It's pretty much already started, almost in a way just by the weather, but summer is almost here and I'm excited.
Me too. I mean, I graduate on Friday.
That's
we're taping
right.
this on Tuesday. I graduate in 3 days.
Yeah, so we're taping this on June 10th. June 13th, Kenzie will no longer be a college. She will no longer be a college student. She will be a graduated college student.
If you are curious, you can tune in. It'll be on the
WCGTV Channel 12. If you live in the Westman area, yeah, I'll be watching. Hopefully, I catch the point. 'Cause here's the thing about Assiniboine College, their main campus graduations. There's about 400,000 students all graduating at the same time. So to tune in at the proper point when your class graduates,
how
it's
about you just watch
tricky.
the whole thing? You don't want to sit
all
there
3
Friday
hours
morning?
of it. All 3 hours of it. I remember I graduated 2 years ago, and that ceremony was like 5 days long.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Just gonna make sure I sleep the night before.
Yeah, just do all the sleeping. Well, hey, you know what? You
Nap
will
in the
probably.
chair.
Well, say you will probably have enough time to sleep in your chair, and no one would even know. So.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There we go.
I'm sorry, I'm tired.
I'm a little tired too.
I've been working. If you guys don't know, I started a new full-time job 2 weeks ago. So I'm just like the
Kenzie
hours are a bit odd, and it's like
Kenzie has zero energy.
yeah, I'm like adjusting to the hours because it's like later hours. So it's just I'm sorry, I am a little tired.
She's adjusting. She has like a bunch of 5-hour energies in that cup right there.
No, but I am gonna get coffee after this because I do need to be.
Caffeine.
In my defense, I haven't had an energy drink in months. Okay, and I only have coffee when I'm at work.
Which is like every day.
Not every day. But I only have like one coffee, and I equal it out with water at work. I always have, we have cold water bottles in the back. I always have a cold water bottle and a coffee with me. So if I'm having one, I have the other.
Are redeeming yourself. Because if we go back to about this
right now,
same time last year, someone was like on a 3-month like caffeine abstinence.
No, every time I have coffee at work, I also have water with it. Good. So like, I mean, I don't have coffee back to back to back. I have coffee and then I have water for the rest of the shift or whatever.
It does dehydrate you, totally.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, like I've gotten better. So me going to get coffee is just for the sole purposes that I have to work tonight. So
good job. She has turned over a new leaf. We are proud of her. We support her.
Yeah.
Live, laugh, love.
You know, it's really hard to like, cause I try to like not drink coffee as much, but when you have, there's one day a couple weeks ago where I had like a bunch of meetings in a day, and at every meeting you're having coffee, right?
So you're just necking all this coffee.
I literally had like 3 coffees in the day, and that's just because I had a meeting, and like you feel obligated to have coffee at these meetings, right? Like it's just like
you don't want to be the one person not having coffee,
right? So that was the one day I had a lot of coffee, and then I drank a whole bunch of water after that because I was like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of coffee in a day.
Yeah,
it was kind of funny. I was just laughing. I'm like, why did I book so many meetings in the same day?
Yeah. Like, why is my leg just like shaking violently on its own?
So. It was quite funny. I just thought it was like, oh my gosh, because you feel obligated to have coffee at these meetings.
Yeah. Well, it's funny for me because I don't drink coffee. I feel zero obligation. People have like bought coffee for me before. Like they come in for like a meeting or they come in for whatever, and they buy coffee for everyone, and then I have to be like the one person to be like, no, thank you. Which that might sound rude. Like people would say, oh well, they bought you coffee, drink it. I'm like, sorry, no.
No, if you don't like the taste,
it tastes
of coffee,
like muddy water. I'm sorry.
And what's weird is I've noticed like, okay, I used to take my coffee like really sweet. Like I didn't like the taste of coffee. Now I just really actually like the taste of coffee, and it's weird.
Well, it is better to have less like sugar. Like if,
Yeah.
if you're
But
just
I'm
putting
actually-
cream in it, that's fine.
Like I'm actually enjoying the taste of coffee. So
I think that's just because you drink it so often, you get used to it. It's the acquired taste thing. It's like beer.
yeah,
It's like beer.
I'm not gonna ever start drinking beer.
Never.
myself, but
Neither.
anyway, we're getting so off topic.
We are off topic. Well, hey, it's customary for us to do just like a minor check-in once we have like a little break from episodes.
And before we get started into the episode, on the screen right now we have our TikTok and our Instagram, Casey_Chronicle. Oh my god, Casey_Chronicles 2024.
There you go.
Instagram, TikTok, go follow us. We're kind of funny. We post some stuff.
Yep. If you're watching on TV, follow the YouTube channel, Casey Chronicles. Or if you're already on YouTube, then boom, you've already done it
You're
for
a
us.
step ahead. And last but not least, if you want to do your own podcast here in the studio with just yourself or some friends, you can email WCGTV@westmancom.com. But if you're interested in specifically joining an episode of ours, you can email us at caseychronicles2024@gmail.com.
Boom.
I
Legend.
just punched the table.
She just punched the table.
Also, actually, this isn't going to go out on the right day. I was going to say, I'm doing a giveaway on my photography, but I don't think this will go out in time.
Yeah. She's giving away a free
Session.
photography session. But listen, in the future, if more are given out,
We'll
follow
promote.
Golden Halo Photography and get that free promotion.
Yeah, it's quite fun. I just did a promo for Promises Bridal last Saturday, so
Fun.
those have come out recently, and I
Yep.
did some grads 2 weeks ago, and everybody's loving them, so it's kind of fun.
The only thing I've got going on right now is I have Bomber tickets for the 26th. I'm excited. And as of literally last night, I'm going to the Grey Cup this year, which
No
isn't-
matter who's in it, you're gonna go.
I'm going. Because it's in Winnipeg.
It's kind of cool.
I haven't been
Like,
to a Grey Cup once in my life, so I need to go to at least one.
Yeah, and that's
So,
totally fair.
We'll see.
Like,
Bombers, their home opener is on Thursday. It's been great. Riders managed to win last week, so that's good for you guys, I guess.
yeah, we did.
I suppose.
Home opener we won last week, which was really nice.
Yeah. But anyway, we're done
Onwards
with the checkup.
and upwards for the riders.
And Bombers.
Eh,
Eh.
eh,
Well,
eh.
One of these days we're gonna have like a fight in the studio because of it.
Ooh.
We're gonna start throwing hands. Anyway,
Into today's topic.
and in today's topic, so if you're watching on YouTube, I guess you've already seen what we're doing, but we're gonna have a fun one today. We're gonna be talking about things that are legal that we think should be illegal.
I think we touched on this in an episode before.
Maybe.
One of our episodes we said this should be illegal at some point. I can't remember. I think it might have been the Earth Day one. Don't quote me on that.
Maybe.
If you are a long time watcher and you know exactly what I'm talking about,
let us know in the
comment.
comments.
'Cause
Are we?
I don't think I'm crazy.
Yeah, we might be a little crazy, but let us know if you're a dedicated Casey Chronicler.
If you know what
That's-
I'm talking about, because I
if you
feel
know
like
the
we've said that before. Like we're like, oh, this should be illegal, but it's not. I feel like we've said that before, and then we were like, oh, we
Yeah.
should make this into an episode.
Well, I have a feeling that I did say something should be illegal in the Earth Day episode that I do
Yeah.
have on my list, but I won't spoil anything.
But
we'll get.
We just decided it would be fun to do a fun one.
Yep.
You know, things that we think should be illegal. We just thought, like, we were thinking last night about like what to do because we wanted to do. Spoiler alert. We're doing 2 podcasts this week
Yeah. So
because we wanted to catch up from last
we wanted
week.
to kind of make up for it a little bit, so we're gonna have a little more content for you guys.
Yeah, so we were talking last night. We wanted to do like one fun one and then one like more in-depth episode,
Yeah.
which will be coming later this week.
Oh yeah.
But today we want to do the fun one, and we were like, what do we do? And a while ago, I was on like ChatGPT, like just kind of like trying to see what I could get for ideas, right? And me and my boyfriend Connor, who does exist, people apparently don't think he exists, but you know, whatever. Me and my boyfriend, we were sitting together, and we were like, oh, let's come up with a bunch of ideas for Casey
Yeah.
Chronicles.
Yeah.
And so we did, and on the list was things we think should be illegal.
Boom. We have a big list of stuff,
Oh yeah,
and
we
it's
have a
almost
bunch of
kind of like
ideas.
our panic get out of jail free.
Yeah, easier,
list.
fun ones that we could do.
Yeah, exactly. So, I have a list of prepared stuff. Kenzie's going right off the dome.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I worked last night, and then I was watching Love
Sorry.
Island.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh no.
Hear me out. The new season has started coming out, but it releases like almost daily, the episodes. So yes, I will watch it after work. Because guess what? It does come out again tonight. And have I been keeping up with it? Yes. Shut
Love
up, Colin.
Island
Don't
is
look at me like that.
Love Island is more important than this show.
No, it was quite, I honestly kind of forgot we were doing.
Wait. What?
I'm so sorry. I was so tired after work. I completely forgot that I was like, and then I texted you with the idea because I remembered.
Yeah.
And then I forgot to do any write down, and I was like, well, But
Pity.
if you watch Love Island, you're my friend because I love the drama on the show. It's funny. It's just funny.
Right.
So I get fed with episodes every day except for Saturday, and I'm like,
Moving on.
Sorry.
Moving right along. Okay, so things that should be illegal. We can maybe go back and forth on this, or we can just go through my list and we can make commentary on it. The first thing, and I think this is the most important thing because it's not illegal and there's a lot of wiggle and weasel room that a lot of people and corporations take. The number one thing that I think that should be illegal worldwide is polluting and dumping in rivers, various ecosystems, lakes, and oceans.
Yes. Well, that's easy.
And that goes for raw sewage, that goes for oil, that goes for trash and plastic and
That's
everything in between.
And I totally understand that. I feel like that's fair. Yeah.
We only have one Earth, guys. Let's treat it nice. Let's not just bank on the fact that we'll just go to Mars and we'll start fresh. No, that will take several generations to even potentially make it a habitable planet. We only get one. Let's treat it right.
That's fair. Yeah. I think what we'll do for this episode, is I think you go through your list, and every time I think of one, I'll interrupt you.
Because that's usually how it goes.
Yeah. No, I do agree with that, though. I feel like polluting, obviously, we're going to wreck our ecosystem, and it's not going to be fun. And we want to live a long life on this planet, so treat it like it, guys.
And the younger generations really care about climate change. The older ones, maybe not as much.
Or Cullen and I are going to become law enforcement, and then we're going to make the law. Yeah. Imagine, if you will, that Cullen and I were police officers and we had the law, and imagine us coming to break down your door because you're polluting. Just imagine, if you will. That's a scary, scary concept. Don't make it happen.
That sounds kind of like what's happening in the United States right now, but I'm not going to go there.
We're not going to talk about that, but the United States
that.
is crazy right now, guys.
Well, it has been, but let's not go there.
It just got worse.
Let's just not go there.
Not going to go there.
Here's another one.
I also feel like maybe we should say our hearts are with the people who have had to evacuate because of the fires. I feel like we haven't touched on that.
Yeah, we haven't done.
We should.
I think
touch
our
on
last episode
was right before everything got evacuated,
or right around the same time or whatever. But yeah, all the wildfires happening in Manitoba right now,
and Saskatchewan,
and Alberta and BC. Like
we our hearts go out to everybody who
the
had to
entire
evacuate.
northern part of all the 4 prairie provinces, or jungle and mountains too. But I said jungle, I meant forest. Yeah, it's not fun.
It's not fun.
We just hope that the communities stay safe.
I just also hope that we don't lose everything, because there's a lot of fire going up on there, and people are losing their homes and losing their entire communities. So our hearts go out to you guys. This is
exactly.
I know we're trying to have a lighthearted episode, but this is not an easy time. It happens every year, but it seems to be getting worse.
It's been pretty nasty this year, especially
so stay safe
May.
And don't cause fire.
Yeah, don't cause fire.
Be fire safe.
Be fire safe. Boom.
And just stay safe.
Everything she said.
Anyway.
Number 2. Now, this is something that I think honestly should be very illegal. Mm-hmm. Driving while drowsy.
Well, yeah.
Driving while sleep deprived, because it's legal, but it's not safe. But I think it should be legal because sleep deprivation can impair driving abilities, similar to driving with a 0.08 blood alcohol content. That's
totally fair.
Why is this legal? I honestly don't know why. But it is unfortunate because it does happen. For example, for new parents, you have a new baby at home. You're not getting a whole lot of sleep and you're driving. No. That's unsafe. But people who are intentionally just sleep depriving themselves to keep driving, that is incredibly risky. So peel off somewhere safe if you can, a parking lot, a safe side of the road, and just
have a nap in your car.
Have a 5 to 10 minute nap, because that can help replenish your energy enough to keep it going. So yeah, don't drive drowsy, people. It's not fun. Well, I shouldn't say you shouldn't drive under the influence of alcohol, drugs, on your phone while drowsy.
All that stuff is illegal, by the way.
except for the drowsiness, which should be added to that list.
But drinking and drugs and texting and driving, that's
But
all illegal.
I do
So
know,
don't
like,
do it.
for example, when I went to the Jets playoff game back in April, like I drove there and drove back, and like during the latter half of the drive, like I was getting tired, and I could feel like my attention was starting to kind of slowly slip. And it's not fun, like, because you can tell yourself, like, your eyes are kind of getting drowsy. Your focus of staying in the proper lane, it starts to just slowly erode, and it's not good.
Well, the thing is, I'm planning a trip to Edmonton next month with my friends. Luckily, there's 3 of us going, as far as I know. So we're gonna all take turns driving. I'm just making Connor drive in Edmonton because I don't want to drive in Edmonton. But me and my other friend, we're gonna drive most of the way, and then we'll just make him. Like, I think what we're gonna start is like start with Connor driving a little bit, and then switch.
Just split it.
And then switch.
Split it 3 ways, and have have Connor go first. Split it 3 ways going there,
and then right before Edmonton, switch out again.
Pretty much. Yeah.
It's kind of what we were planning to do, just because that way everybody, one, pitches in for gas, and everybody also gets a little bit of time to like sleep.
Exactly. Well, it's funny that you say that you don't want to drive in Edmonton, because we're talking about we've been talking about potentially going into Winnipeg to catch a football game this summer.
I've never been to the Blue Bomber Stadium.
It's a great stadium.
It seems nice,
architecturally, it's very similar to the Riders in a lot of ways. Not identical, but similar. I think that you're probably going to make me drive in Winnipeg as well.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not driving.
Which is fair, because I used to be terrified of Winnipeg driving, and then when I went to the Jets game, that was my first time doing it on my own, and I flipping nailed it.
You know what? Before, I would have said okay, but after my accident, I'm like, I don't trust anybody. I absolutely despise driving in Regina. Like, and that was scary to me when I was, and this was post-accident. This was 2 weeks.
Regina's a deal breaker. Oh yeah.
Well, this was like 2 to 3 weeks ago. I was driving there, and I didn't like it, so I'm like, I would prefer just not to.
Yep.
Like, for my own sanity, because I feel like I'd just be more anxious and it wouldn't end well.
Cullen is driving in Winnipeg.
Cullen will be driving in Winnipeg, and he doesn't get a choice.
Anyway, now next one. This is another serious one. Price gouging. Grocery stores do it. A lot of different corporations do it. But food especially ticks me off, because we have to still keep buying food. We have to eat to survive. So that is, it's like a price gouging that people almost just put up with. It's ridiculous at the same time.
I agree. I mean, I don't know why everything is just so gosh darn expensive. Like, I'm sorry, I would like to afford to be able to eat, you know, like.
Well, when the bare essentials get taken away, people are going to really start flipping tables.
No, you didn't spill any.
I didn't spill anything. Okay, good.
I drank enough.
I didn't spill all your 5-hour energies in a mug.
No, just kidding. Oh, we have a coffee maker. Okay, so this is a side story. But at the hotel that I work at, I started working at a hotel. We have a coffee machine. Lovely little coffee machine. But yeah, like, it'll be like the one time it was like, you know what? I preferred my first evening shift because I'd worked a whole bunch of 7 a.m. shifts and I was so tired, and then I got to sleep in that day, so like I was like buzzing at 10 p.m. Didn't have any coffee, I was just buzzing because I was awake. But I do like our coffee machine. It's very nice.
You should not have any coffee past like 3 or 4 o'clock.
Yes, Dad. Well, guess what? I go to work at 3, so I will be having coffee.
You're not going to be able to sleep the next day.
Oh, I'll be fine.
You know,
I will literally be fine. Don't you worry.
We'll see about that one. Okay, now this is a real personal gripe of mine. Okay, and I'm serious about this.
Put cauliflower illegal. No, sorry, I'm good.
I actually didn't put that, but that's an honorary mention. We'll say that.
He would say make cauliflower illegal because he absolutely despises cauliflower. Apparently.
Let's not go there. Let's just not go there. Okay. People who walk in people who walk slow in crowded areas.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, now I am tall. Okay, I'm a tall person.
Every time you're like getting like,
this is like my ranting. Like this is like so my ranting stance.
And you make the same face every time.
This is my ranting stance.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoy it. Listen, people, I'm a tall person. It's my natural instinct to walk a little quicker. I understand this.
Legs.
I have long legs.
I have short legs.
Now, here's the thing. Now, here's the thing. Walking slow in general, there's nothing wrong with that. However, if You are in a grocery store, on a sidewalk, or in any busy venue where there are lots of people. That does not mean we all start walking slow and clueless, looking all around you like you don't even know what room you're in, with a very kind of like klutzy, kind of dunce, like looking around, just slowly sauntering and walking. And there's people behind you in a crowded area, and you're walking like at the speed of a snail. Stop. Stop it. You are holding up traffic, and if it weren't illegal, I would just right on the head.
I just find you so funny. You messed up our box again.
I
But
messed
that's
up
okay.
the box. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as a short person, then I will say this to like, it's kind of in the same idea. But what I think should be illegal is tall people standing in front of short people at concerts.
Well, that one's hard.
Or just like anything.
That one's hard though, because
It is hard, but at the same time, like if I'm like tiny and I have nobody, like I can even stand on shoulders or like whatever, I have nobody to help me. But then I have a bunch of tall people obstructing my view, like that. I paid for the ticket. Let me see. You can see over me. I can't see over you.
so tall people in the back is what you're saying.
Yes, I'm like, just be considerate. Like a lot of people just aren't. They're like, oh, like
I know. Well, see,
You know what I mean?
I've been to concerts where I've been standing on the floor, and I do kind of feel like, I'm definitely blocking someone's view. So that's why if I can help it, if it's like
Yeah.
unassigned standing seat, I try and like stand near other tall people.
so that at least you kind of. But I'm also talking about like, okay, so if we're like sitting in a concert and there's like taller people, they like decide to stand up.
Yeah, if you have seats and you start standing in the concert, that's where it can get stupid. But
Well, that's
at
where
least
I think it's like at least like be considerate, because my mom,
Right.
after she had a hysterectomy, we went to a concert and these people started standing in front of us. My mom couldn't see half the show, and I'm like, hey, be considerate. She can stand up.
right.
Be considerate of her. Like that's just downright mean, and I think that should be like outlawed. At least be considerate of people at concerts and like other things like football games or anything like that.
Totally.
All the same stuff happens. So like be considerate of the other people around you.
If everyone else is standing, stand with them.
Yeah.
If no one else is standing around you, don't stand, idiot.
You can be excited in your seat.
Yeah. You can be happy. You can, like, when the Jets scored
Get a noisemaker if you really want to be
when the
loud.
Winnipeg Jets scored the overtime goal against St. Louis, you can celebrate, but do it in your seat.
Unless everybody else is standing.
Unless everyone else is standing, which almost everyone
But I think that's like
in
a
that
common
arena
courtesy
was.
that people just threw out the window. And I'm like,
Yeah.
brother.
This one I feel like you might agree with, because this is something that a lot of people can't stand. When someone doesn't use headphones in public.
Oh, yeah. No, like,
Nothing is more annoying,
sorry, my ears.
especially in school, when someone is blasting music, crappy music on their speaker while they're walking with their friends, or especially if they're walking on their own.
My pet peeve with that is like people on TikTok will just play it like so loud in public, and I'm like, brother, I
Like,
don't
seriously,
give a gosh darn.
Headphones. If
Do
you
you
are
out here?
on a train, a library, in school, in any enclosed, or just where there's people, a lot of people, you're either watching that on mute and you have subtitles, or you have your headphones.
Which
And it's like, well, I
nowadays-
forgot my headphones. Then you're subtitling. Sorry.
Which nowadays almost everybody has headphones, and I prefer my headphones over
Yeah,
like
exactly, because I can shut out the stupid people around me.
exactly right. Like it's like
Yeah, so that one ticks me off. Do you
yeah.
have you thought of any ones besides
not yet.
the tall
Keep
people in
talking.
concerts? Okay. Now this one extends to when I used to work at a grocery store. Okay, but
my
but
God.
even
I also
after,
used to work at a
but
grocery store, so
but
this is gonna be
even
interesting.
okay, but even after I was finished working at a grocery store, this still ticks me off. At grocery stores, people leaving frozen and refrigerated items on the shelf.
Oh,
Like when
they
people-
grab something and then they
Well, yeah, like abandoned products. They put stuff that's meant to be in a freezer or a fridge, and you leave it on the shelf.
okay.
That's a waste of food, one thing, because with grocery stores, we can't just stick it back in. It usually has to go into distress.
Okay, I have one from a grocery store then. It's kind of similar. But if we don't have something already out, if we're out on our display, we're probably out in the back. Please stop asking me to go look.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it should be illegal to ask to go look in the back. If it's not out there, it's likely not in the back. Like we
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you in on a secret.
Every time.
Especially if it's later in the evening and there's not a lot of staff and there's like sale items that are out, don't count on it being actually stocked.
Well, and the thing is what we used to do is because we used to get so annoyed, we always like, if it was empty, it was empty. We didn't have it.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
always were on top of it.
Trust
And
me,
so
the
when people
story
would
of
ask
my
us to go
life.
look in the back, we would just go stand in the back for a couple minutes, say we looked, because we knew we didn't have any.
Yeah.
But we would just go stand in the back.
And
be
people
pissed
get
off,
and people
then-
would get so annoyed and angry at me when I'd say, "I'm sorry, we don't have it."
And it's like, well, if it's not out there, probably don't have it. Like, it's a good, like, 9 out of 10 chance we don't have it.
Another thing that just ticked me off so much was when people would say, "I know you have it in the back." I'm like,
No, you don't.
literally, no, we don't. Like, moron, we don't have any of it.
Like, especially when we run out of, like, strawberries and stuff. I worked in produce, specifically. So when we would run out of strawberries, we would let our display get low, and then there would be nothing there. And then when it was low, we would take away the sign for the strawberries, and they'd still be like, "Where's the strawberries?" And we're like, "We don't have any." And they're like, "We'll check in the back."
Take
And I'm
a
like,
hint. Yeah.
Like, if something's empty, we don't have it. And I really...
See,
and- sorry.
Go on.
I really hate when people ask me to go look in the back because it's like, we don't have it. And at one point, I had to tell a lady we didn't have anything, and then she yelled at me in French. And I was like, this is not my problem. Like, you were dependent on me having strawberries? Like, really?
I know. It is so frustrating because I think so many basic human decencies and just general etiquette and respect goes out the the window in grocery stores, and
Yeah.
also with parking lot etiquette as well. Like, everyone's IQ just kind of collectively drops about 15 to 20 units when
Yeah.
everyone enters a grocery store because like,
Yeah.
again, even the slow walking, that's another thing. People just
Another-
closely walk. Listen, if you want to walk if the store is really quiet, if it's first thing in the morning or if it's late at night, that's fine. Like, trust me, that is okay. But if it's during peak busy hours and you're still doing that, like,
You know?
no.
I have another thing that
seriously.
should be illegal in grocery stores. Showing up 1 minute before we close to do a big old shopping spree.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
that happens so much. That
Yep.
should be freaking illegal. Like, if we were like, 1 minute till closing, and then some guy comes in and he wants to buy a whole bunch of stuff, we're there for an extra 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because we still have
Or-
to do closing routine.
Or the store opens at 7 a.m., but you have an old person standing there at 5 in the morning going, "Are you open yet?"
And you're
That
like,
also
no.
that also does happen too.
But, like, so just, like, don't be an idiot.
Like, yeah, literally, don't be an idiot. It's not that hard to not be an idiot.
You know, and a lot of people aren't going to understand the feelings that either of us have because they've never worked
Because
in a grocery store.
if you haven't worked in a grocery store, you don't know the actual frustration.
But I swear, if you're walking in a minute before closing, or even 5 minutes before closing, and you have this big old cart and you have a big old list with you, I am going to boot your butt out because, honest to God, we still have
Seriously.
all of these closing duties to do.
If you're coming in 5 minutes before you close, quick chocolate bar and a bottle of
Yeah,
water, and you're
that's
out.
different.
Fine, that's cool.
But if it's like a whole, like, you're doing your shopping spree,
no,
no.
not happening.
I'm sorry, but I was like a student when I worked there. I was a high school student when I worked there.
I
So
was
I
too.
had school the next day, and it was like 11 p.m. Like, let me do closing duties and go home, please.
Exactly. It's not very considerate of
No.
others, which is stupid. It's all me.
Mm-hmm.
Now this also actually really applies to grocery stores as well. Abandoning shopping carts in parking lots or in the store, because
Yeah.
that also goes with leaving grocery items out.
Yeah, I've seen quite a bit more recently. Like, when I was in Superstore, I've just seen people leave their, like, baskets full of groceries or, like, their carts full of groceries just somewhere. And I'm like, why?
Like, look, I'll say this: if you're gonna leave, if you have a basket of things that you don't want anymore, at least have the decency, put the frozen and refrigerated items back in a freezer or a fridge. Even if it's in the wrong place, that's fine. Just make sure that it stays there, because then we can at least just go and put it back and it's not spoiled by the temperature.
Yeah, no, that's insane to me. I never understood.
And the shopping carts, like leaving them in parking spaces, especially like in places like Walmart.
Oh, that
I
happens
see that a
often.
lot. You're denying parking spaces, and people can't just simply stop right in the middle of each of these driving lanes
And then
to go
move it,
to go
and then
move it,
park.
because usually people are waiting on them to move.
Yeah.
So
That's the other thing. It's just
honestly, grocery stores should just be made illegal, because there's so many things that just tick me off about it.
Well, the other thing I was gonna say is it should be illegal, but also just is really annoying, is when people are impatient. When you're like the front person in a line and you're trying to do something, and then people are like honking at you and are impatient when you're just trying to park or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like when a light just turns green and they're like.
There's a lack of patience and considerate thought for others.
Especially when driving.
Oh, totally.
Everybody.
You should go to Montreal.
Such a rush.
You should go to Montreal.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
If you when the light turns green, if you're not already going pedal to the metal like 0.3 seconds after it turns green, you get honked at, which is hilarious in my opinion.
It's just crazy because I'm like, I've noticed like people get just so impatient. Even at four ways, I've had people like cut me off because they just can't wait to go, and I'm like. Bro.
That's where I kind of like screwing with people a little bit, because like, for example, if I'm going like on a 2-lane road and there's someone like like kind of, so I'm driving, someone else is driving, kind of, it's in like this kind of formation, and there's someone behind me and they are just riding my bumper. I will intentionally just go 50. Seriously, just because I'm like, no, relax. There's a good chance that there's nowhere important that you have to be. You're an impatient driver who's just trying to cause an accident. Or especially if they try and get over. Sometimes I'm not proud of this because this actually is a little rude. If I'm not going 55 like everyone else and I'm going closer to 50, someone tries to like kind of quickly lane change and go around me to like speed.
Oh, that's so annoying when people do that.
No, like it's like they lane change to go around me because, for example, the car that's like in the other lane, they're far enough ahead that they can lane change around me and then come back out in front of me. I will then speed up and trap them in. Just be like, no, I'm not rewarding your impatient, like self-centered driving patterns. Like nothing is important unless you have to go to the emergency room or your wife's in labor, which one of those usually you just call an ambulance anyway.
Or your house is on fire.
Or your house, well, yeah, and emergency vehicles. Obviously,
anything
you yield for those.
Well, yeah, and people I find don't do that either very often. Like,
yeah, there's lack of
like,
it. I remember this was recent. This was maybe about a month or two ago. I was driving down 18th and I had a red light at about Rosser and 18th or like 18th and Princess, and I'm sitting there waiting, and there were emergency vehicles coming up the bridge, like going south, and so it's a green light going down. I think it was Rosser. So like so cars are coming back this way. There was a guy who was stopped on 18th. He was on the other side of the street. He was going southbound. He yielded his car over right away. He got out of his car, like jogged into the intersection and did like this to everyone, being like, stop. Let the people go through. So like these drivers like awkwardly stop in the middle of the intersection, like, huh? And then all of a sudden you see like, and I'm like, you sir are a hero. Yeah,
because not a lot. I find that a lot, especially younger drivers now, just
not paying
don't
attention.
care. And I'm like, hey, if that emergency vehicle, it's different when they don't have their lights on.
Well, yeah. Well, when they don't have their lights on, you don't
have to yield to them.
No.
When they have their lights on,
get out of the way.
And you let them through because they're going to save somebody's life.
Yeah, and that extra few seconds could mean the difference between that person dying or not. So
all right, what's next?
Oh,
God. Now that
we got up on such a rant. This is another ranting episode. We're sorry. We're sorry. Being very angry and preachy.
Just the grocery store things, like.
I know those genuinely tick me off.
And there's so many stories that I've had that people just don't understand unless they've worked there. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's just.
I have an endless amount of grocery store stories, but we'll save that for another day. This one probably might tick you off as well. When people sneeze or cough, and they just don't even cover them.
How many times are we taught in like school?
Cover your coughs.
Cover your sneeze.
Not with your hands that you're gonna go touch and shake people's hands with. The inside of your arm is perfect for it.
Well, and I understand, like, if sometimes it's so sudden you just don't have the time.
Sometimes that does happen.
You wash your hands religiously afterwards. That's fine.
Yep.
If you don't have the time to like fully cover, you wash your hands.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if you've noticed, when I sneeze away into
sneezing away.
Anytime I'm around somebody and I'm sneezing, I literally shoot my head the other way into my arm.
Especially during food prep as well. Like if I'm cooking for the house, I'll cover my coughs, but it's good to I'll take like an extra step away from and look away from the food because you don't want any germs going near food.
Well, and even like was starting my new job at front desk and like I'm checking a customer in and then I have to sneeze, I will desk is here, I'm standing here. I whip my head to the back and I sneeze. Like,
just give yourself like whiplash, like.
But that's what you gotta do because I don't want to get them sick. And then we have hand sanitizer at the front. But
I'm sorry, but elderly people are the worst for it. I'm sorry if that is offensive to some people, but the amount of people I see that just grossly go like, and then they're like getting change out to give to me. I'm like, that is disgusting.
Yeah, like how many times are we taught in school to sneeze or cough into your elbow? And if you don't have the time to do that, wash your hands
right away,
afterwards.
or hand sanitizer.
Literally anything.
And especially maybe be courteous and be like, sorry about that. Like, sorry, I coughed everywhere. You know, like just be considerate. Like again, don't just. Please, if you're paying with, oh God, I keep hitting that chord. Like if you're paying, let's say if you're paying with cash, this is why I'm so glad everything's on card nowadays. If you're paying with cash, and because this happens, people are paying with cash, get more cash out and then give it to you and don't even say a word like they don't go, I'm sorry, or they don't cough in their elbow. I'm like, you are gross.
And that's also
and you're the reason why flu spreads.
I was gonna say that's literally how people get sick. So please, as adults, as children, whoever you are, just cover your
That's the thing that we associate usually with children. When kids just cough grossly.
It's normal. Like
they're kids, they don't know any better.
That's why it's literally taught in school.
When adults do it, or especially with the hands, I just cannot stand. Cannot stand. Honestly.
No, like every time I sneeze, I'm just at this point, it's so like reflex to like whip my head around. And
I whip my head back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth.
I don't want to get anybody sick. Not that I'm ever like sick. I get a cold a couple times a year, but I've never been like too bad. Yeah. But like I don't usually go out when I have a cold, so it's not usually a problem. But no, just be like courteous. Just be courteous. A lot of these are just, if people were courteous, we wouldn't have to make these illegal.
I know,
anyway,
exactly.
Continue.
This is something that I honestly genuinely think should be illegal, because some of these, it's like, okay, you can't police these.
Yeah.
Making it illegal would be a little too extreme. This I genuinely think should be illegal in most ways, especially for celebrities. Paparazzi.
Yeah.
I cannot stand tabloids and paparazzi.
Also, just like
these people who because most of them lack a moral compass.
Like who really
in their reporting, especially the one that ticks me off the most, and what really started my hatred for the paparazzi was Princess Diana. I watched like some documentaries about how the paparazzi just hounded her, like when she was pregnant down in the Bahamas, I want to say it was. And journalists are like literally sneaking over fences. They're crawling in the brush, like where scorpions and snakes hang out, just to capture her visibly pregnant in a bathing suit.
Like, who cares?
That is, well, one, disgusting and creepy.
And like, who really cares?
An invasion of privacy. And that's why I'm glad, this might sound petty or ignorant, but I'm glad there's footage of when Princess Diana died, and there were paparazzi there like capturing the funeral, and people in the crowd are just giving them stink eyes because they know that they were, because again, the whole thing of why Princess Diana died in the car crash was because paparazzi were chasing them.
Yeah, like
and people were just giving the paparazzi crap for it, even though they themselves didn't cause the death. Like they're saying like, it's your guys' lifestyle and what you guys do is why she's dead.
Again, this seems like a courtesy thing, because if people were just not all up in your face all the time, like I understand like the paparazzi, it's your job. But at the same time, have respect for the people you are looking at. Like, don't be all up in their faces all the time, because nobody's going to react well to that. Like, honestly.
Like, honestly, I don't even know if it's even against the law or not, but I've already decided if we ever got famous, for example, not going to happen. If we ever got famous and paparazzi would swarm us or be around us, I would keep a spray bottle with me, and then so like pretend like you had a camera. I would take out the spray bottle and I just go like right in your face, so the lens just gets covered in water
like a cat.
and residue.
That's
Yeah. It's like when a cat does something and you take the spray bottle. I would just do that in their camera, so it would ruin their shots, and it would probably tick them off. So that would make it funny.
Yeah. Like
anyway, I absolutely hate paparazzi.
Fair. I feel like celebrities also don't like them, but you know.
I would imagine, probably.
I would imagine.
This is more of a serious, darker one. Child marriage.
Yeah.
Because again, you have that. Well, again, I don't know what countries it's, because I want to maybe say that it's legal in some countries, but maybe illegal in
Yeah.
others. But I want to say like
I do believe it's
there are some
illegal
countries
here.
Yeah, but I want to say like there are some countries where if you have a contract, you can marry someone who's underage.
You know, that was like so insane to me. Every time we would hear in like history class and stuff, and they were like, "Oh, they were married at like 14," and I'm like, "Bruh, when I was 14,
What?
I was like a child."
Yeah, no, like
No, it
especially
doesn't make
once you
sense.
become an adult and you realize you're like, you guys are children. Because like when you're a teenager, you think you're grown up and you're
mature.
like I'm mature now, I'm all grown up. And then when you actually become an adult, you're like, I was
A
a
child.
kid.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It's the creepiest, most
100%.
immoral, dumb thing ever. Okay, a little more of a lighthearted one. This one is, well, actually, this doesn't really apply to us, but unskippable ads on YouTube.
Oh my god.
Hate it. It doesn't apply to us because Casey Chronicles is not monetized. You get all
No.
the stuff for free, people.
But like honestly,
It's
unskippable
it is
ads are so crazy.
awful.
So terrible. At least
Awful.
skippable ads, you only have to watch like 5 seconds and then you can hit skip. But unskippable ads are the worst.
I just
Oh my
it
gosh.
is just I can't explain it. I
The
feel
worst.
I feel like this is more of an issue like for younger people. Like younger people seem to. Well, no, I'd say like old people too. Well, everyone is annoyed by unskippable ads, but I think especially on YouTube, younger generations are just like because we watch it the most, so we're all just like
I
seething.
do feel like we've kind of like, at least our generation was kind of like used to it because I grew up watching cable television, which was obviously unlimited unskippable ads. But so
Commercial.
I feel like I've not as like mad at it as some younger kids would be nowadays. I do hate it. Don't get me wrong.
There are some YouTubers I love. I'm not going to name names whatsoever, but there are some YouTubers I like adore watching, but they put ads like so many mid-roll ads
Yeah.
throughout the video, and then when you add in all of this video has been sponsored by too. I'm just like,
Yeah,
this
no, I
is
totally get it.
becoming less and less like YouTube and more just ads and promotion, people.
But yeah, so I feel like I've kind of been adjusted to it through watching cable growing up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do hate it. Like, I absolutely hate it. But
This is another. Actually, sorry. I'm gonna say the one for after. Now, I don't know or think you were involved in this, but I want you to tell me what it's like because this is primarily from more of a female's perspective. But one thing I should also be illegal: child beauty pageants.
I've never been in one. But yes, it's weird and creepy.
It's mainly from a female's perspective. So why don't you take the floor on this one?
It's so creepy. Especially a lot of the times there is male judges, which makes it creepier. But also, why are we forcing our kids to dress up and do this stuff? And like a lot of kids, I have noticed like who are in beauty pageants younger develop eating disorders, and like I just think it's not a very healthy way to grow up.
That's what I was gonna say. Like if we're
not a healthy way
teaching
to grow up.
young kids about like the beauty standards and what I mean, I think it's creepy and it's grooming behavior, and probably almost child abuse as well.
Yeah.
I think you're teaching these kids all these beauty standards about looking a certain way, making sure your hair is done up right. I think
Yeah.
you can almost say it perpetuates like gender roles as well in a way, or stereotypes.
100%. But yeah, it leads to a lot of eating disorders.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Now here's something that's a little more lighthearted
Okay.
and funny. We talked about, coughing or sneezing, especially in public places.
Mhm.
I think also farting in inappropriate places should also be illegal. And I'm talking about planes and trains.
Yeah.
Places with poor ventilation on hot days, save it.
I mean, the worst part is that sometimes farts you can't always save it.
Listen, I get it.
Yeah.
I have GI issues.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine.
So listen, I get it. Sometimes it happens.
But at the same time,
But if you can at all help it, go outside.
you know what's even funnier is when you're in like a group of people and you like walk and then you're farting at the same time. Do you know what that's called?
What?
It's called crop dusting.
Right, yeah. You crop dust someone else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so don't crop dust people, guys. It's mean.
Like, if you're walking with a group of friends and you're going to do it, kind of meander your way to the back of the group so you leave it behind.
Exactly. But don't like in the group. Like that's just crazy to me.
I know. I just, this box is killing me. We can't even hear ourselves.
Just it's fine.
Anyway,
Stop touching it.
stop touching it. So, what else do I want to say? Oh, something else I definitely think that should be illegal, and this is what we were tying on earlier with Earth Day. littering.
Yeah, well, yeah.
This almost kind of goes in hand with like the polluting the rivers, the lakes, the oceans and whatnot. But guys, there's no excuse to litter. There are almost in every public place, there is a very high abundance of garbage cans, of recycling bins. There's almost no excuse to do it.
No, like it's just terrible. Stop touching it.
No, it's broken, and I'm trying to fix it.
Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine, Cullen. Just
okay.
See, I fixed it.
No,
guys, he's losing his mind.
It still
not
doesn't
that he had
work.
one to begin with, but
It still doesn't work.
You can't hear yourself.
I can't hear myself.
Oh, well, that sounds like you.
Now I can. Okay, no one touch it. We're good
But
now.
there we go. Did you hear it?
No, because you just broke it for me, but now it's fixed.
Now I only have it in one ear.
Okay, we're gonna leave it there because at least you can hear yourself.
Oh, whatever.
Anyways, moving on. Yeah, littering. I mean, we honestly, I feel like we don't need to go through that too much because we kind of did talk about that.
We had a whole episode on it, so like,
Yep.
if you're interested, check out our Earth Day episode.
I think we've also talked about this before, but cheating.
Oh well, that's a given.
That is given.
Okay, this sparks up a conversation. I'm not going to get into the details because it is fairly disgusting. But do you know about this new phenomenon going around about a girl starting her own human petting zoo?
What now? No, I haven't.
Her name is Bonnie Blue, by the way.
Bonnie.
If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's like the absolute nastiest thing you will ever hear about. I'm not going to go into detail because it is like bad, but she's a actor of sorts. And
let's adult film actress. Let's say that.
She has decided recently that she's gonna open a petting zoo where she puts herself in a box and ties herself down and allows men to have their way with her. And she said she wants 2,000 men. Yeah, that's just sparked recently.
I'm gonna say to everyone watching this right now,
And that's not to mention all the other
do
stuff she's
not
done.
go to the Wikipedia page on her, and I'm gonna leave it at that. What?
Also, she has a TikTok page where she has a video
what
up.
on earth did I just read?
Yeah, she has a TikTok page that she says, and she has this video that says, "It's okay to cheat on your wives with me if your wives are being lazy, and it's okay to cheat with me."
She wants attention. That's one thing.
So, if you know what I'm talking about, I feel for you because I discovered this the other day, and I'm just like so sad at our humanity now.
I cannot unsee what I've just seen.
But now that we're talking about cheating, that's what I was bringing it up. But that's insane to me. Like,
Guys, just don't cheat.
if you're really unhappy, just leave them. Like,
Yeah,
there's always an
if you're
option.
unhappy, sit down, have the unfortunate talk, and just break things up. Do not go out and cheat. It is probably I think it's one of the most immoral things that you can do that's not illegal.
Mm-hmm. But
So.
no, it's insane. Like, it's just...
Wow. Okay, on that note...
we gotta end it with something lighter. So let's do like one or two more. What's lighter?
Oh, I don't know if I have any more lighter ones. Most all the ones I have are serious. What's something that you can think of out of the top of your head?
That should be illegal.
Off the dome.
Not being a KC Chronicles fan. That should be
Not
illegal.
being subscribed to KC Chronicles. If you are watching on YouTube, what I want you to do right now, I want you to
if you're not
scroll down a
subscribed.
little bit. If you're not subscribed, I want you to scroll down a little bit. There's this little button. It's little. It's big on the screen. It says subscribe. What I want you to do is I want you to take your finger or take your mouse and you're going to hover over it and you're going to click it. And then you are no longer committing a crime.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We bring content as often as we can. We try to weekly, and we really hope you guys enjoy our content because we really try to make it fun.
I have lots of fun.
I have lots of fun. Like, we have fun doing it, so like we hope you guys have fun watching it. And if you're not following our Instagram or TikTok, KC_Chronicles 2024. Go look at that. We're funny sometimes. We post some funny things.
We're funny sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we're just not, guys. We're just not funny.
And we would love for you to join an episode with us. Email us directly at kcchronicles2024@gmail.com. Or if you or someone you know is interested in starting your own podcast, your own show through WCGTV, you can email WCGTV@westmancom.com and you can set that up. But we would also love for you to join us because we want friends.
2 promo breaks for the price of 1.
Look at that.
That was awesome. And you know what? I think this is just a great way to just end things
Yeah,
now.
I feel like we just.
We got all the negative stuff out. So I think we had a good mix. We had a couple of lighthearted, more funnier ones. Seriously, guys, please do not fart in places where there's poor ventilation. Trust
I
me,
think
it's awful.
the lesson, the takeaway from today, is just be a considerate person.
Be considerate and just have courtesy for other people.
Like, consider how the other people around you would feel.
Cut the ego. Cut the self-centered BS.
Because how would you feel if somebody farted right in front of you and then just left? How would you feel if somebody sneezed all over you?
Yeah.
Put yourself in their shoes.
Mackenzie, how would you feel if someone farted right in front of you?
I'd punch them. I'd be like, how dare you?
How dare you?
Yeah. But no, seriously, in all seriousness, guys, please, please, please just consider the people around you.
And don't fart.
And don't fart. All right, that has been another episode of the KC Chronicles.
I should say, this is episode 47. We are so close to 50. I'm so happy.
We cannot wait to hit 50, and we just love doing this show with you guys. So thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, your week, whatever you're having. And if you miss us in the time between this episode and the next episode comes out, you can always binge watch all the episodes on YouTube.
Do it.
All right, so that is it for us today. We really enjoyed spending today with you, and for now, that is a bye from Kenzie and Cullen.